we will honor the 4th of July, the Independence Day of the United States. And so here, you should, as practices of the Bodhisattva vehicle, being Bodhisattvas, we remember our country with love, and we feel grateful to our country with love, because this is our country and it is all the people. And so now America, especially in this world, actually is supporting other countries also to attain freedom, independence. So it is a very kind country, and we recognize that kindness today. And in general, in whatever you do, think that whether it is a Dharma or a mundane activity, think that I want to benefit this country. So remember your country with love. And so now we will sing together the American anthem. And also if you're coming from another country, then also at that time you can think of your country and make your prayer to yourself in your mind, praying that your own country also will experience peace and well-being and will improve and develop and be a free, independent country and so on. So at that time, so also please make your prayers. So first, before the empowerment, we will sing the American anthem together.
Everybody ready? Have your flags if you want them. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, now
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, Tara shed her grace on thee, and crown thy good with broad
So today we are receiving empowerment of Cakrasamvara, and the other day I already explained much the meaning of the empowerment in general, so we will not go too much into that today again. But in general now, when we receive an empowerment, for example in the path of individual liberation, the sutra path, there is a practice called sojong that is purifying and restoring, and that is practiced every month to purify and restore any broken vows. And in the secret mantra, in the Vajrayana, when we receive an empowerment, there are also samayas, the commitments. And actually receiving an empowerment becomes such a purifying and restoring ritual, actually. So it purifies any broken or damaged samaya, and then it restores the virtue. So that is the reason why it is actually meaningful to receive many empowerments. Actually, it is explained in a text that explains the benefits of the empowerment. It says that once you have received an empowerment and have understood its meaning, even if you do not engage in practice in this life, then through having understood the meaning of the empowerment, after 7 lifetimes, you will then come to know the meaning of the empowerment. Or in other words, throughout 7 lifetimes, the fruition, the results of having received that empowerment will come to ripen. So the benefits will ripen. So today we will receive the Cakrasamvara empowerment, and the historical background has been translated into English, so we will read that in English, but maybe also since that is live streamed, maybe some Tibetans are also listening from other places. So Rinpoche said I will then first read it in Tibetan.
bên là mẹ tổ cầm rượu cắn tổng的nhiều话题sau当那些上全部东北的美tổ当rượu用个人们通 배 사우 마롱마 따라 특징지 람맘 사제지 용디 탐제지네 페르섬 지네 페르섬 세파 사족제 셈라라 레발레 라레베 사우 다वर 송제 진짜 선바ችን 보콘을 뭐지 고성상족 셈치나 요왕 개와 자신조 내설 민주 싸와레 민주 요건 종화지 시 송바당 도주팀준 타예 바다네 종회 삼반자장 잔나 왕장 기능 이바소다요 저거다 사자 동바자 마롱바 송바테 라라도지 라라도지 왕고르 줄레 라라도지 해봐 야발 강자 사축게 생 고발을 쇼바상 강거세 대다가 사축게 생 러버츠와 대세 야발양 사축 선바야 제바 상하지 고주배 상속선바 세다 이시침볼 왕고의 상하지 정거도 조과 사이 강다가 상속제 심 독발 마저바 세다네 소발 마자세 대다네 정거다라 정거다 메주고 세다라 라네 사자다 상하다 디바 마자오시 예수가 간데 사족도의 생기고 그런 넘버서봐 가치에 대해서 그런다 그럼 또 틀리게 거네 심판 잘 대라 된데 주제에 타르토바 라미 주 헤르가 남주스 안타 콜로 dem 조거 콜레 파이어 트로퍼 소폰 쳔보 라나 lana tarsamji rimbar trawe chung jesor mrawa jini jongshen kanchi ji jongse jerikbar jwala tini yishi choji pa jini jongwa jin ben dubju ma pa ka ju la thona tromcho malaya se so to top ju de ka thing ji chardong ma so ba se slab je singa yin le chebar de jba se 양 저거 요도 저거 용수도 바당 리지 기본 남저 니랜데 서마 양 로부 침보 도지 저거 바당 가랍 도지상 아바야 까라네 유베 록소 선데 조발레 더트버 로부 침보 도지 저거 발레 유베 맹아 가서 저거 좀 보고 왕제서 합저마 사모도 발라 들라마 주버만 파톤 보체네 토스르진 남자 그바시자 그때지 시장도 그점 지나 주제란만 지저보도 집에만 가왕지 망신 남자 로봉 순나 집에 샤말 가왕 취재원도 제 취재 잡아내 말지 배서지나 사수 대라진이 소소하다 왕들 하마 가지고 하도 용서도 봐 보직 토요래 가지고 하도 제모된 사이 참아 토요는 대 양절 이 바련이 람치 잡으러 보체들 양절 쉬와야지 공 드리다가 상할라시 하장 사바리 냠님 못난 거에 대사도 쉬바이지
So then I will read the history. How sad that all sentient beings equal to the limits of space are endlessly drowning in samsara, the ocean of suffering. Listen with the intention to establish them all in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete enlightenment. In the Gandharva Sutra says, child of noble lineage, bodhicitta is the seed of all the Buddha's teachings. For example, in order to grow a certain flower or tree, you must plant the right seed. If the seed were not one of the desired flower or fruit, it would be pointless to plant it. Similarly, the arising, sustaining, and increasing of all the qualities of the Mahayana or of a Buddha depend on the seed of bodhicitta. The omniscient Bodhisattva Gunu Rinpoche said, if your motivation is bodhicitta, then even sexual union can be a great virtue. The medicinal sprout that cures disease grows from a medicinal root. Since the motivation of bodhicitta is essential and the very basis of all the boundless sutras, tantras, and commentaries, there is no need to mention that empowerment should not be given if it is lacking. It is not sufficient to merely disclose mandalas and mudras. The Empowerment Tantra of Vajrapani says, Vajrapani spoke, Manjushri, if a bodhisattva who engages in bodhisattva conduct has trained in and accomplished bodhicitta, wishes to enter the doors of the secret mantra, he should be admitted into the mandala of the knowledge mantra by which the empowerment of great wisdom is bestowed. Those who have not developed bodhicitta should neither be admitted to enter nor permitted to view the mandala. One should not show them the mudras and secret mantras. Therefore, it is crucial to listen with the perfectly pure motivation of bodhicitta at this time. The innermost secret yoga of Cakrasamvara is the ultimate perfection of the 4 classes of Tantra, belonging to the unsurpassed Tantra of the Heruka family. In the noble land of India, numerous commentaries and traditions have emerged from the gradual transmissions of the great accomplished masters Luipa, Krishnacharya, and Gandapada. By virtue of the extensive translations of these teachings into Tibetan, many Tibetan masters have attained supreme wisdom. For example, in the practice lineage of Marpa of the Kagyu lineage, many siddhas, such as the supreme siddha Milarepa and the successive masters and disciples, have appeared one after the other like a garland of stars neatly aligned. The power of their blessings is superior to others. Of the 2 yogas, the perfect mandala and the co-emergent yoga, this ritual belongs to the latter, the co-emergent yoga. It includes 3 systems deriving from the great masters Vajra, Gandapada, Garabdorje, and Abhayagara. Of these, the 4 stages of the profound blessing empowerment are accomplished mainly in reliance on the Upadesha system of essential instructions transmitted through the great accomplished master Vajra Gantapada. The lineage of gurus is as follows. Budun Rinchen gave it to his hard son Rinchen Namgyal, and it was then gradually transmitted through the scholar Chandrakirti, the master Yeshe Gyamtsum, the venerable Khenrab Chögyam, Lama Rinchen Gyalpom, the Mahasiddha Bima Garwang, the master Mangtu Namgyal, the Acharya Sunam Chupel, Shamar Garwang Chugi Wangchuk, and the master Dharma Kirti, up until the root guru. And so Rinpoche himself had said that at the time when receiving the Kagyu Ngangzum, the whole body of the Kagyu empowerments, the treasury of mantra, at that time Rinpoche had received it. And then again at Palrim monastery from Lamchen Gyalpo Rinpoche another time. And so that is because this practice is extremely profound. So he wanted to clarify also the lineage.
Septisanger pingo so loti uni zonde ti sawa chichon kare na lapchebo charo yori pindi nibachebo yori so ti kangna ti pindi nibachede sol pingo yori rangi nigar pingo yori rang는 코르신지 tamchi 동네 사와 찍마도 요mer 감성 코와도 동네 찍다와 나디리시 디 샤베체데 취조 보고 예세지동 저 동네들 나디디 총도 잡았다 총도 손에 담아 메이도 또탑 밑에 뒤에서 거를 대회들이 그다 지금 갈로 이 핑고 소리 로티가 따라 하니까 핑기 요래시 뒤체면 같대 시에요래 아 대 시성한테 가려나 말도 심지어 핑고 땅에 서서 핑이요. 나를 핑고 산들 새가 핑고요. 새가 나디 제로 게다 나도 정말 대시적이 치고래. 대저대 새가 요리지. 싸워 대치고 시에는 그냥 고사고 같이 고 섭신을 대서고요. 너는 가르치는 이제 핑고 산들로 대리하고 다른 피바 대리치에 도요 말이지. 이렇게도 바가네. 라고 또 되더니 상바다 흥지 추래 추시바니 뭐 가래 추진이 뭐 상휘지에서 다 상휘지 유도서 간체 맡음라들이 서서 탑 작업만 도서 딜로디 크지기 치고요래.
And so one important thing that was mentioned here again in this in empowerment text is that is the motivation for receiving the empowerment, and that's really always very important. No matter what we practice, the motivation is always most important, and it has to be a pure motivation, a good motivation. So what is a good motivation? It is when you think, may I be of benefit to all sentient beings. And actually, we always mention that. But if you have that state of mind that wishes to benefit sentient beings, then no matter what you do, it will become very vast and very powerful and truly beneficial. And so who actually benefits then from your intention? Yourself and also others benefit from it, because there is only one single root of suffering for all the samsaric sentient beings. There's only one root of suffering in the three realms of samsara, and that is self-grasping. And in order to pacify self-grasping, the various Dharma teachings have appeared. There's 84,000 Dharma teachings, but they all are just a method to first decrease our self-grasping and then finally eliminate self-grasping. So no matter what you do, however strong or great your virtue, your practice might be, that intention is most important, that you always have a wish to benefit others. And if you know that, then even if you just say one Om Mani Padme Hum mantra, for example, it will be of true benefit. Whatever you do with an intention of that, may that benefit me in some way, then already with that motivation, whatever you do will become only maybe half beneficial, and the other half, on the other side, actually you are perpetuating self-grasping even more. So that is really very important, and actually we always mention that, so you've heard that before, and it's actually quite easy to understand. So if you really understand that, it can stay in your mind. So for some individuals, it really stays in their mind. And we have also mentioned before that this altruistic mind that wishes to benefit others, that is your best friend, and there is no greater friend than that. During the refuge vow, we have said your best friend is love and compassion. That is the Dharma. What we call the Dharma, the essence of the Dharma, is love and compassion. And if you only have that, if you only have love and compassion, even if you don't do anything else, actually that in itself is sufficient. So to develop that mind is really crucial.
Bedasa Maya Mana Palaya Bedasa Teno Ba Meba Sud Hayo Meba Subujayo Meba Anarado Meba Sarva Siddhe Me Parayesa Sarva Karma Sutta Me Tetam Cheyam Kuru Hong Ha 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 ho banga ve Sarva Tatta Gata Beda Mami Mutsam Beda Mo Samaya Zado Om Sarva Tatta Hangada Abe Kinga Samaya Jiraye Om Abe Tada Om Be Om Saba Jala Soba Joda, Hong Toman, Yellow Long, Run, Joko, Hong, Soba, Soba, and Yajo. Not with Nando, with us, your home, the Bam, the Toman. Ranga Sawoja Sibata Jolong me, long some of the Jebel Joale. You might talk about the Yellow Water, you not call the thought in each other, killer, you meet the I order or But the Mamma and Jahan is Somaya, Kidam, Masa, the Melaya, the Yaseba, Yadera, the Bird. Did other mother, Mama saw a car there, says, but just saw a home, pay, or Maka. Yaujara Josapeta, the Vejada, Madama, and the Amma, and Jahan is Somaya, Kidam, Mama saw the Melaya, the Yadeva, but the Piazza, the other mother, the Mama saw a car there, says, but just saw a home, so but that is a bit of Amada, the Amma, and Honey, the Somaya, the Mosso, Metais is a Yasiba, Yadra, Bedata, Puata, Dirata, Majitomata, Mama saw a car there, says, but so you go by the home base or yes, on one voice on one of the you put on a mother like that on a mother like others on a mother than you did on a mother like you did on a mother than cutters on a mother. Mammy on the mother, the mother, the occasion. Took it over the year and not getting a position, the middle of water, the water, the origin, Legend group dollar $, the major and another Dulaga and Murder Marang, the Sumaga, the Nago man. You see the Jolo and Jordan Abaja, the Lepo, the one, the yellow, the Boko, the go home the just no, you was holding the job, holding the home more old, Sergeant, the Jeremy, the Jerome, the Jay, and the Majin, the Koyan, and the Lord's road, the Jimmy, the Jabayo, with the neighbor, but the better home, but the trucker home, but the better, but the home, but home, come home, but the child, Tom, some drum, but the all go. Namquada never 17 of the Dunga dancing. He was the Kari and Medapayade, the Rang, Musujova, the Egypt, the daughters of the Kiba. Say Medalati, Cousin Sinking, Nangu Medalati, Ranga Dadazona, then the Sama Medalati, Dadi, Nakaka, Sajil and Brokoyosa, this Hajetamji, Sancho Sendo, so Jimping or the Sertops on Santona, they made up or it, they consider made up in the.
The root of all suffering of all sentient beings as limitless as space is self-grasping. And as an antidote to that, we always offer a mandala. And the outer mandala offering is the actual mandala offering, and also the mandala that we bring to mind, the mentally created, and all sentient beings, the entire universe and all beings. And then the inner mandala is to offer everything that you personally grasp at, self-grasping, or the things that you own. And the secret mandala is to offer up your self-grasping to the Buddhas who abide in the space before you, and then think that in return, having offered up your self-grasping to them, in return, they grant their bodhicitta and their altruistic mind, which you then receive. So now we will offer a mandala.
lai me de pervai rogu nambai shenla juva so gurade la gala namin la banzaminga 내가 보도 가래더니 나야 샤먹고 죽고지야 내 강리잖아 나 사지 탐지가 차비인데 뒤섬지 사지 탐지 차비들이 이 저게 아메라 보디 뒤섬 사지 탐지를 풀고 상고래 돼.
And so Rinpoche says the reason why you might wonder why I'm wearing this fancy hat when we offer the mandala. So the reason is because during the mandala offering now I am representing all the Buddhas of the 3 times. And when you are offering the mandala, therefore you should also think I'm offering this mandala to all the Buddhas of the 3 times.
내가 앞에 살이 사지 탐지 빼가 내 거서서는 나팔을 좀 홍지 봐도 패요상 이들이 다시 답세 너무 답지 캐리 어디 왕 무슨 거지야 되니 사지 탐지 사들 한번 못 듣는 말이라 되는 가도 말이고 막고 왕고 그거 드리고 온 거요래 마치 라고 받고 걸어 톡통 삼니 그 말이지.
So then once we have offered the mandala, then the Buddhas are very happy about that. And so now think that then all those Buddhas have appeared before me like massing clouds. And then also in their presence, you are then taking the samayas and the vows and so on. And then when we come to the actual empowerment ritual, then also think that there are countless Buddhas and those empowerment deities who then come to confer the empowerment, holding vases in their hands, conferring the empowerment into the crown of each and every one, each and every being. So that means that you shouldn't just think of yourself receiving the empowerment, and also not just think that it's just when you have received this vase on your crown, the physical vase, then that's when you have received the empowerment.
대다 다도 문네더니 대다를 대다 상하 다고니지 대다 왠지 대외더니 참참로 왕고마들이 베라마 짜치보고 상구요래 라바장이네들 왕장이 요상구요래 대다고 싶어 가다 지가 왕그 주바요네 정도 라마장이 요 말이 사람들 사제 탐지가 나고 요사디 가다 따와 통보 탐지를 왕그 주바오다네 장이 요 말이더니 대다를 하고 사람 탐지 라마 신랑나들이 사람 나무도 고조선 찍바래 남관이들 라시 받은 난그 요래에서 대고나 왕 강신을 뺀데 같이 모여야 돼.
And so that is the real way to receive the empowerment. And so the secret mantra, the empowerment, is also conferred by means of symbols. So sometimes people think when it comes to receiving an empowerment, taking an empowerment, that it has to be taken from a very precious lama. And so then they think that there are better and worse empowerments and better and worse lamas who give empowerments. But actually, if you really understand the highest view, and if you understand the lineage and so forth, then you really understand that there is no better and worse actually. It all really is the same. If you understand that, you know that actually, no matter which Lama confers the empowerment, the 3 jewels, the blessings, are always the same. The deities in the sky who confer the empowerment are always the same. And so if you understand that, then whichever empowerment you receive, the power will be great.
그래서 다다 소소형들이 가서 갈렙도 보면서 왕수도 배요래 리자를 뭐 자가 탐지 진바다 까마바들이 라마교신 서비스 왕네 저희는 나고는데 왕들이 쇼요 디 왕이 제발 버스만 소식 대바 소치버리 되니다다 왕 신도 요바 용어서 바탕지 저희는 왕들이 문의서 좋고요래 왕 톰이 소속에 탐색들이 지버리 탐색들이 삼지리 라그 정말 이거 좋은 정대들이 감성생기를 와서 거든 담책도 듣기 지버리마다 왕민의 장이 주인의 토크요리 롱토크요리 대성고 말이지.
And also, for example, like myself, I also can't always go to different places to receive empowerments. And I do want to receive different empowerments from masters like His Holiness the Dalai Lama or His Holiness the Karmapa and so on. And nowadays it is also often live streamed or also kept, we can watch it on TV. And that is also a way to receive the empowerment. And in fact, there is no difference at all. It makes no difference whether you receive the empowerment over the TV or in person, because what is important to receive an empowerment is your faith and your wish to receive the empowerment. And so for this reason, those who really want to receive the empowerment, those who follow us from afar, they are actually receiving the empowerment. And for the empowerment, what is actually most important is the samaya, to keep the samaya. And the samaya is love, loving kindness. And that begins with those companions, those people that are close to you, those near you. That's where you start. And then you extend that, you expand that until it reaches all sentient beings in the 3 realms of samsara. So keeping the samaya is most important when taking an empowerment. And now for all these reasons, you can receive an empowerment or also a transmission from TV or from live stream. And there is no doubt about that.
니들 답책 먹고 쓴 거요래. 대답했더니 진도 송 못했나. 추속적으로 송터는 야적으로 송터나. 그니 다를 송터나. 대송 쳐서 가서 송 조고요래. 손 비용 쌈 좀 잡아야 해. 추속적으로 송나 비용 되요래지.
So then we come to supplicating the deities that abide in the sky before us. And those supplications that we repeat are also very important. It's very important to actually hear the various samayas that we are taking, because especially here there's various different samayas explained here. But then even if you're not able to keep all those samayas all the time, you can, for example, keep them for 1 hour or for 24 hours or for 1 month. You keep it for however long you can, and the benefits really are incredible. Even if you just keep those samayas for 1 hour, there are benefits.
Garchen. Choda. Dunbade. Lobun. Chune. Gongsor. Jangchub. Chembu. Ba. Gubo. Chembo. Dancharlo. Dancek. Deni. Darazor. Jangchub. Semjang. Darazor. Sangye. Chudang. Gendunde. Japsum. Dajang. Darazor. Tarba. Chembu. Zhongzhuoze. Gongbu. Dane. Yukdasor.
Then in English, great joyful one, my teacher, master, please consider me Supreme Master who guides on the path to great awakening. Please grant me Samaya, grant me the mind of bodhicitta, grant me the three refuges of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Protector, let me enter the exalted city of great liberation.
Gela, Ji Rang, Sangje, Changche, Yi Ji Zong, Sangje, Chu Zang, Som Cho La, Changche, Barthe, Da Jam Chi, Rang Jin, Dong Ni, Rab Drab Sir, Sangche, Semne, Ji Barje, Sangcho, Choge, Semne, Ji Bine, Semjin, Tamje, Daki, Rute Nyer, Changche, Jucho, Yi Ong, Ji Barji, Rola, Pincer, Sangje, Drapparisho.
English, I take refuge in the three jewels and confess each and every wrongdoing. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings and shall hold the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dear in my heart until attaining enlightenment. I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly in order to fully accomplish the purpose of others and myself. I shall give rise to bodhicitta, having given rise to the Supreme Mind of enlightenment. I welcome all beings. I will practice the supreme bodhisattva conduct that is pleasing to all. May I attain enlightenment for the benefit of all beings.
Sambadan Geo Michina, Telerangi, Shabio, or Nidikin, Ghana Pingo, no, something control Lamado, Tashiri. This is a Tishipayo, unity, but it's how much Dulam Bunga is to what he is on my child. Telerangi, but the Tonsil, Telesuram, Raji, Giatopore, then Tonda send the Sambadan Geo, Teleshabioris. This is better some either on my child or your residence.
So one important line here is, we said this bodhisattva conduct that is pleasing to all. That is very meaningful. So a person who possesses love and compassion, they will also naturally possess some wisdom. They will know, if I do this, that is how it will affect others. If I do this, it will be beneficial. Or if I were to do that, it would be harmful. Or if I would get angry, that it would affect others, and so on. So a person with such wisdom would be able to see it that way. And so then if you are mindful and aware in all of your activities of body, speech, and mind, then whatever you do will become pleasing to all. And then pleasing because just naturally anyone who sees you will be pleased. So they will be benefited, or they will receive merit and virtue. And so for this reason, someone that has love and compassion, because they also have wisdom, naturally whatever they do, it will be pleasing to others.
sevje, sangje, tamje zang, bawo, namjor, ma namgun, dala, gongbar, zede so, darang, mengshi jwe, tunze, nene, zone so, chesi, changchep, nyingbu bar, chesar, tusum, gongbo nam, changchep, dene, ngimzebe, changchep, semne, lanami, tamba, dagi, gebarje, terchem, jine, lapazang, gewe, chune, dubazang, semjin, dongche, terchem sem, sosor, dingbor, zongwaji, sangje, namjor, dombala, sangje, chuzang, gendunze, lana, mebe, hunchosem, tenne, zamde, zongwaje, dorji, rincho, chenpola, dorji, chervu, sajayang, teko, nani, zongwaji, lopon, tajang, zongwaji, rinchi, rincho, chenpoye, tamseg, yide, onwala, nire, yinde, tu chokte, jimba, namje, dade jin, changche, qinbo, lep songwe, beme, rikcho, dangbala, senang, sangwe, tekba sem, bambe, chune, zongwarje, leje, rincho, chinbola, domba, tamje, dinbarne, yangda, nize, zongwarji, chube, lejang, jenuji, changche, semne, lami cho, tamba, daki, jibjine, semjin, kunji, tongji ser, dagi, domba, malu zong, madar, wanam, darwarji, mador, wana, drowarji, wokma, chimba, wokyongsheng, semjin, nyangi, delago.
And in English, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas Dakas and Dakinis, please think of me just as the Buddhas of the 3 times gave rise to bodhicitta, so shall I, who am called, say our name, give rise to unsurpassable, sublime bodhicitta from this day onwards until attaining enlightenment with the Samaya of the Buddha family. I will practice and firmly uphold all 3 types of discipline: the discipline of refraining from negative actions, the discipline of practicing virtue, and the discipline of benefiting beings. From now on, I will always follow the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the unsurpassed 3 jewels, with the Samaya of the Supreme Vajra family. I will always hold the mudra of Vajra and Bell as a sign of the ultimate nature, with the delightful Samaya of the Supreme Ratna family. I will engage in the 4 types of generosity throughout the 6 times of day and night, with the Samaya of the great pure Lotus family, born from great enlightenment. I will individually uphold all Dharma teachings, the outer, inner, and secret vehicles, with the Samaya of the Supreme Karma family. I will uphold truly each and every vow, and I will make offerings to whatever extent I am able. I will give rise to sacred, unexcelled, supreme bodhicitta for the sake of all beings. I will fully uphold all vows without exception. I will liberate those not liberated. I will release those not released. I will lift up those without breath. I will establish all sentient beings in nirvana.
다 소속의 주보대 셔런동만한 yin 바라트리티 흥거소라 다다 스진선제 핑고 사블로 팅오르들이 다 중중즈베나 다 신강삼 지저는 진이 동담 상족세 용어라더니 생광은 어들 도지가 보세가 봐 중중즈들이 오지를 요사 대답을 거도 거리에
And so then next, think that your own body becomes empty, like a crystal vase, and then you have given rise to the wish to benefit all sentient beings. And so then think that this wish then becomes at your heart level a small moon disk. So that has the essence of the relative bodhicitta. It is maybe like a thumb joint or so, a very small moon disk at your heart. That is the relative bodhicitta. And then on top of that, then there is the essence of the ultimate bodhicitta, or the essence of your own mind, appearing in the form of small vajra with 5 prongs, white in color and luminous, also at your heart on top of that moon disk. So always keep that, hold that at your heart.
선배님과 그것도 산책시 좀 어떠지 나왜 정말 야간 그래서 산책시 좀 도저가 못해가 번체바 저 오늘 사와요가 사와요가 되다 어바다야 어떤 저 뒤지고 담지저를 저 뒤지고 담지저 저랍게 뒤지고 담지저 조도상에 조저 저거도 마주고 나와면 다시 마대바 나요 마에노 니가는 상하게 동상계들이 대바 매발라들이 남이고 말했지 않고서 바소바로도 이거에 대바 버리시는 거 봐요 말에.
And so what the empowerment text says here is that one should not share the meaning of the secret mantra with those who do not have any faith, because then there's a danger that they may cultivate a wrong view or a mistaken view. And however, there is no harm in sharing any of that with those who have faith.
Om Namah Hong. Om Namah Hong. Namo Namah Hong Soha Om Namah Hong Namah Hong Namo Namah Hong Soha Om Namah Hong Namah Hong Namo Namah Hong Soha 다 controls는 잡신이 당에 삼제에서 정거인시 다 삼제에서 당에 다 보자고인시 토마라 과그 자와지 다 보자고인시.
So then when we take refuge in the three jewels, you should think that I am going to uphold love, loving kindness. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to hold on to the root of the Samaya.
네, 주제냐고 저 동생님 나서 버스야. 동생은 먼저 도지도 주는 사마야 되나 그 네나 암늘도 다가 타 등내에서 주제 산화도 제가 이제 말람 이제 광고와 대 주제 사고도 주정 말라니나 봐요. 뭐다 대가리에서 저 양아와 마바완 쳐서 뒤에서는 영어 동어 줘다래. 또 다시 책들이나 로봇은 예발 엄청 거요. 알아야지. 이게 로봇送책들 강리 삼제들이 삼제는 마저는 왕 마지는 양들이 삼제 몇 천원이야 봐라. 이거 저거 주동이랑 이거 영어를 같이 왕춘의 답책이요. 왕춘의 답책이요 말이 뒤싸와리 말이. 왕춘의 답책의 삼제를 다 보지 않나? 제 양송을 남상지 속도 그래. 오, 같은 삼제 양송 고로랑송. 당 문이지 당한 충분히 사치반이 자올랑세한테 공사 주로 고로만도效果치 되고요. 탑제지 이 삼제지 조서 나한테 딱 왕이 문이 속성정은 충분히 사라고 단대에 이제 왕을 써와.
So here in the empowerment text it says that one, as a Samaya, one should not humiliate or denigrate the Vajra Master. So here Rinpoche is the Vajra Master. But what that actually means is the words of the Vajra Master. You should heed the words. And what are the words of the Vajra Master? The words are cultivate love. Hold on to that. So that is one thing that you need to hold on to. And so then now saying that this is the Samaya, now some people have this view that because there is this Samaya, when you receive an empowerment, they think that then if you can't keep it, then it's maybe better if you don't receive the empowerment. But actually that is a mistaken view, because anyone who doesn't have any love will naturally go to hell, whether you receive an empowerment or not. It has nothing to do with the empowerment. So it's not that only when you receive an empowerment and you don't keep it, you go to hell, but not if you don't receive the empowerment. So it's not related to receiving the empowerment at all. Actually, it's better if you receive the empowerment, because even if you break it, you will then have some awareness and remember, well, actually, I took the empowerment, I took that samaya. Now I've lost my love. Then you will quickly be able to remember that, and then you can restore that samaya also very quickly. For example, you can then apologize to the person that you maybe denigrated, that you got angry with. You can go there and say that I'm so sorry. Please don't be angry. I know that was a mistake. I shouldn't have had these corrupt views and so on. So if you have the empowerment and the samaya, then even if you break it, you will have some recognition when you break it, and therefore you can easily confess and purify it. So really, love, being the samaya, love is really the life tree of the empowerment, or it is like this life-sustaining thread, like the string of a mala, for example, that keeps everything together.
다음에는 도저가고 생각하세요. 오친 보여줄 것들이 고대요 찹송서 삼태지 오되게들이 생 고마를 때 봐서 고마들이 이제서 아주 찹송 삼바생이라 선호당 백점 드리지 지리 고바들 아빠나송 다 맥세 되더니 저 고바들 남서 다섯 바체 이 바들 남서 semran 맥 살고래지 가장 깨는 거로 제일 모델이 속으더니 진짜 사역거들이 대다더니 생사도 보래.
So now we have visualized at the heart, you have visualized this small 5-pointed white vajra, and that vajra is luminous. So now think that brilliant light emanates from this vajra, and that light pervades all of samsara and nirvana. And this light is the light of love. The essence of this light is love. And when it reaches all beings in samsara, it becomes this loving light of loving kindness. And when it reaches all the higher beings, then the light becomes, this loving light becomes faith. So cultivate immeasurable love and close your eyes. You have received a picture of the deity, pick that up, hold it in your hands, then close your eyes, visualize in this way. And later when I ask you to open your eyes, then in an instant, directly look at this image of Cakrasamvara, and then have that image appear in your mind again and again. The other day when we spoke about the generation stage, the visualization, this is really where it begins. And so then later we develop the entire form of the deity.
Pardorje samba dala wap de sor tevjin shikpa tamje je senji lobche senji lob de sor pardorje samba dala wap de sor tevjin shikpa tamje je senji lob de sor pardorje samba dala wap de sor 다들 맥주 섬들이 도지 사실 선대들이 남관들이 방카로 삼계시 차바바바나 베더니 닙기 삼계를 탐송지 아들 선종왕아 나이 뭔가 됐을 자르가 야비었나 봐 닙기 삼계를 차바바나 탐송 상공도 거래했지.
So then you can close your eyes and continue to visualize this vajra, the nature that has the nature of your mind, your awareness. And then also visualize that from the sky, a rain shower of dakas and dakinis and deities falls down and dissolve into the entire universe and all beings. And then think that the 5 elements and the 5 afflictive emotions all become the nature of the 5 Buddha families, the male and the female Buddhas. So think that all these deities all descend down and then they dissolve like raindrops into all beings and the entire universe.
老板那个这个多帮几几啥的送的就他妈才有工作嘛，不也白马上用这不要这个的吧，也讲个就问看，那么菜这个是不直接把多几这不对吧？你妈老红不过完了，去这个搞不都不没这么不是到了韩国不对吧？有弄个这个我也到把这用也就到了啊嘛不讲个。刚把龙不就用龙个这过去，把咱们的没就我们我这是一个热情把的，或者是把这吃饱了对吧？300不老嘛，这已经被啊，然后那个宠物就是那些。特送过也都是老早都金玉章在在南街上进红灯哈啊也一个那吧，等就刚不落个龙不保安呢，咱们这就做小马当红拉说不，或者就绿塔塔个个的讲啊，就我们是红不。啊，一些啊，当巴呀，搞巴子这什么呀，叫那一些咱俩也红啊，咱们的咱们阿康为ra红，这里找个生命在那拿茶喝。这点这哈呢，这点这那啥东啥多啥东嘛，马拉这人都就是帮哎，求姐妹呢，这把它做都就么的让他们同学们就把这叫那早就叫那早就红，说哇。这个都是什么？让去就没人就把说的，这把说叫他讲说哇，他没个谁呢？他后来就搞把了样子打过来，等后来就搞我们这里神农节的。长没把它让那个驴，你看这里，从他就把掐的驴就往外要，生了你们外要的，这里在让个驴个忙过来，这后来没就还高要的，后来在做过就做的，当那这里，碰看经济上就拉了没有要来的三种什么。
So now open your eyes and look at the image of Cakrasamvara, and then look at that image again and again. And now when you visualize the form of Cakrasamvara, then also recognize that the entire outer universe, the limitless universe, and your own inner body are of the same nature. both consist of the 5 elements. And based on that, you also will know that in the future, you can ripen into the nature of Cakrasamvara's mandala. So your aggregates, your elements and sense sources in the future will ripen into the deity if you give rise to bodhicitta.
They cause a harm or that's how much the Robo Yavango, no cha songs, that is our song. And you direct to party this.
You got also. Where's my pens? Oh, here. Okay, thank you. It's Tamboti logo. Tamboti logo. Okay. Which is. So first in the empowerment text, there's the visualization for the actual empowerment. So you visualize the light radiating from the seed syllable at the heart of the Vajramaster, appearing as the principal deity, summons the disciples who then enter the mouth of the Vajramaster. Passing through his body and Vajra path, they enter the lotus of the mother and assume the form of the Bhagavan, the co-emergent Cakrasamvara, according to the visualization. They are expelled from the lotus of the mother and take a seat on the empowerment shrine. The light radiating from the seed syllable of the Vajramaster's heart invites the Buddhas of the 10 directions, together with their retinue in the form of the empowerment deities, into the space before you. So regarding this, Rinpoche said that now when we hear that visualization, normally disciples may... Actually, all of the disciples, all of you have the nature of Buddha, the Buddha family. You have that nature within you. But then disciples don't understand that, and it might just seem that you enter the Vajramaster and the Yabiyum aspect, and then you are born as their child, and so that it shows that actually you have not known that before, but actually you are of that family. That is actually your true nature. So here at this point, if we had a, do you? Do you have a blindfold? Yeah. So, yeah, lengore. We have to take it off here, actually. Yeah, take it off. So actually at the point where it says, look, where we said, look at the image of the deity, that's when you're actually supposed to take it off.
Oh, yeah. 라야 바다 보는 호메 땡소도 도도지 버디 라스바 이제 메토도 거고 라스바 잘 매빈배 좀 되게 요바고 좀 되다니 지보나 도게 라비에 제나 제 주제도 원고 제 니지도 계고나 좀돼 대비 식바군 좀돼 다니 친보남 토지 ram진 진남지 초지 나라 왕고르제 왕고라도 이제 뭐다 가서 봐야 사지 봐다 이거 사서 도지에 손에 도지 성화섬동와 사적의 김바사 온배다 아베다가 베케다 홍사다 사도 아하 번역하다 저도 고치 말에 되게 참고를 야송상해 몇줄 거는 몇 자고 이제 말에 되게 번째 통도 몇차대 계속만 로 뭐발에 되는 나고 사상 좀 머리고 사례 그 왕고 요상고래
So Purnima's head has represented all your heads. So now the vase has been placed onto all your heads. And so like one head represents 100 heads. So anyways, then you receive the vase water. And when you receive the vase water, then you drink about half of it. The other half, you place it onto your crown. And then visualize that actually there is an empowerment deity above the crown of each one of you. And each one of you has this empowerment nectar poured into your crowns.
대야성문에서 왕그 책을 내려 남카가 왕그 라토나 자식이 나봐 봐도 집에 봐봐 남도 왕거지 왕그 남카가 왕을 사주가 생긴 강미 왕이라더니 사람들 사람 토고요에 뭐지라고 말해 등문에서
in the empowerment words, it says actually these empowerment deities, they pervade space everywhere where there is space, and they are holding in their hands the empowerment vases. So before that, it said that when they proclaim verses of auspiciousness and so on. So the empowerment deities hold those vases, and they pervade space everywhere, wherever there are sentient beings, and therefore wherever you are, no matter where you are, and you're receiving the empowerment, you're receiving the same blessings. So it is not just this one vase held in the hand of one person.
대나가 로맨 용왕아 장 풍부만에 저 시가 오라데 저 저와르가 사원 바자줄자 라는 데나 가지고 와가 라다 로봉라 다부왕가도 소바다만에 지도 강기 나는 초진래 랑당 신동 세누처 도지 로봉 진왕 토기 데르지 나라도
In English, through your kindness, I will accomplish the objective of others and myself. Please grant me the treasure of compassion, the empowerment of the Vajra Master.
one the doje che da trove che so che doje se gela tren doje lo bojo roma doani da ji哈今中网上那块是有吧，然后我们说到个的阿伯跟到咱们皮说的被我个嘞，阿伯不去我们被都那个阿伯跟着红，那是他的啥种的这罗面的话全部，不从头把几去拉嘛的罗嘛拉的吧，这玩意嘛就把那大也是人去用的啊。就用的大块好半面那到的最后这吧，就那半趟的就我就吧就等于大于过到3-6成，多到3-6成呢，人那这里过到3-6成就我拉完的多节，多到3-6成我多完的写。这刚是真的这里3岁我这错了嘞，这里3岁我从去18的多嘛的这里，他经济起不当的这里小多嘛的送到了刚才实际上进行就有的实际上就这里的实际波的实际中的马扎把这些多嘛的那个马扎这上班的经济计划起来他的实力中这里这个干的这里大可能人错也用过那吧地方我做人都差个地方我做去有的这一年的这里是呢这里这样탑 이하대 나와서 탑들한테 연 너지 보면 시합을 들이 생물이 오더라 내가 총경제를 내가 초는 내가랑 그 뭐도 동반이래 양쪽에서 통갈래더니 생기 탐지 감쪽받지도 하고 이발하더니 랑 야위미 빈순이 왔더니 야위미가 속이 봐말들이 생동반이데 내가 전부 지어 그러더니 니지미 봐 차용거래 내가 지금 이식 하다 거 부셔도 sak신감이 시요래 대고는 들이들은 왕수들이 돼서 내려고 요래 대도고 탁톡들이 나진님이 봐 또나 이 생긴 상식이 나진이 있어도 봐대 쳐봐야 봐. 이 하고들 오. 다 고쳐 쳐봐야 돼. 차오른 나길이 고다셔 생긴 거네 요 말이 있었는데 이 생긴 빈 토고 요래. 랑당 인중시 이렇게 당 나도리 하고 차서 또 이제 같이 보래.
So we've had these symbols of the relative and the ultimate bodhicitta, the moon disk and the Vajra. So actually on the relative level we have this moon and Vajra, but ultimately it all is empty. It is wisdom. And so there is, when you experience love and love arises, there's a feeling, love has a feeling, and so you feel love, and then when you look at the essence of that feeling, the awareness that recognizes and the essence that recognizes this feeling of love, that is empty, and this is the empty nature of love. And so that is called then this union of method and wisdom, or the method that is compassion and wisdom that is emptiness. And so although sentient beings are objects of compassion, actually on the basis they possess Buddha nature. So in truth, actual sentient beings do not really exist inherently. Their true nature is empty of self-nature. And temporarily they appear, and at that time we regard them with love and compassion, knowing that actually in reality they do not really exist. And so that is what we call the union of method and wisdom. The other day during the teachings of Cakrasamvara, we were introduced to the bliss that is generated through that union of the Yap and the Yum. So we have been introduced to the nature of the desire and then the bliss that arises. And we have said that the Yap, the male, represents the appearance aspect, the skillful means or method. And the Yum, the female, Vajrayogini, that is the wisdom or emptiness aspect. So it is the actual nature of the mind together. So there is an awareness that feels, that experiences the bliss. And by looking directly, that awareness recognizes the empty essence of bliss. So we train in that gradually, and we recognize then that actually all sentient beings have that same nature. They also have these elements. And so then, knowing that, then that union of Yab and Yum, then you will recognize that there is actually just a duality in form, but within the mind is empty. And so then when great bliss arises in union, you will become free of dualistic grasping. We also have been introduced to that during the Mahamudra teachings, that non-dual primordial wisdom. And if you have understood all of that, then now when you receive the empowerment, it should be easy to understand. So ultimately, you realize the non-duality of self and other. And then once you have realized that, then when you see sentient beings who are still holding on to this self-other duality, you will recognize that, oh, these beings are just confused. Their mind is like a block of ice. They don't really exist, actually, those sentient beings. And once you have realized that, then you can really actually benefit those sentient beings. And then you can actually, that will benefit self and others, as it is said here. And then you really become like a Vajra master. So that is very important here.
시바사오 저기 유모가 하공이 유모 식성하지 유모고 식성 다 주다 유모 마디 시간을 줘서하지 앞에나 지송사지 다 과샤로는 이 과샤는 다 법왕지 들들들이 감 탐제들이 자다 이제 유모가지 다 소리들이 이제 소리 다 연구요래 대 통랑 다 그요래지
So then we say that here it says then you have transformed the afflictive emotions into wisdom, and as a sign of that, you now become ornamented with a crown ornament of the 5 Buddha families. And so how has that happened? How have we transformed the afflictive emotions into wisdom? During the teachings on Mahamudra the other day, we have explained how. We have said that whenever an afflictive emotion arises, there is a clear knowing awareness that recognizes the afflictive emotion. And we have said that through that recognition, the afflictive emotion dissolves again, is eliminated. And so that is how we have transformed. So now you have transformed through this recognition, you have transformed the 5 afflictive emotions into the 5 wisdoms. And so at that time we have learned that, and now when you hear that again, then the meaning of that should arise in your mind. And so this is when you have received this Vajramaster empowerment. And so here then the elements within yourself become purified. So on the basis, actually, fundamentally, the 5 afflictive emotions, the basis is pure. And so for this reason, when the 5 afflictive emotions become purified, they just come back into their natural state.
대하고다 번번왕 톱소데 제르고 고수소네들이 나와라게 라레 센터까지 샤나데 샤르소를 메롱다위시송 들지지자다 메소자 들지 냠신 냠니랑 들이 자통조 고라자조들이 대서 몽이 실저와제 가장때 대자자설 미소자를
So this awareness recognizes the afflictive emotions, and what is important to understand is that once you have recognized the afflictive emotions, then the feeling that was generated by these emotions must completely disappear, must go away. Then it has been eliminated. So that's the important point. And so with that, you have received this base empowerment, and that is, we have also mentioned, related to the generation stage, the visualization. And having received that empowerment, then appearances are seen as the deity. And basically, you know that whatever appears in your mind, whatever comes to your mind, that is what the mind becomes. So anything can appear within your mind, just like in a mirror. Therefore, we call it the mirror-like wisdom. We also mentioned that the other day. So now we can take a break first, and during the break time, continue to practice, have some tea, circumambulate the stupa, and reflect on that, this transformation of the afflictive emotions into primordial wisdom. So now we take a break.
Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum.